Hello?
Let's just height adjust it for you. Okay.
Hello?
It's a squeezer.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Can we put it to his side? Probably will get a little closer. There we go.
Hello?
Great.
Thank you.
I just want to be sure.
Let's do this.
Okay. All right, I'll call you up.
I'm very nervous.
Test, test. Yeah, come on up if you wanted to test.
Him.
So you're not, sorry, you're not that much taller than Stefan, so I think we can just keep it here and move it up and down. So try to be
Hello? Thank you for being here.
like 3-4 inches from the mic.
Hello? Thank you for being here.
Like that?
Of my speech? Reverend Fathers, honorable judges, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Reverend Fathers, honorable judges, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Yeah, that's great. Alrighty, good morning. Welcome to our 2025 Oratorical Festival. We're so happy we have 2 participants, and I'd like to thank our 3 judges over here. So we will go ahead and start. Our first speaker, Stefan, is going to be speaking on topic number 2. In Psalm 4, we are told to be angry, but sin not. Why would we be encouraged to be angry? How does anger fit into the life of an Orthodox Christian?
Reverend Fathers, honorable judges, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. If you have ever read A Wrinkle in Time, you might remember the interaction Meg has with the happy medium. She shows Meg and her friend a vision of their families, attempting to encourage them on their journey. Their families aren't doing well. Meg gets angry at what she sees. The medium is upset because she only wanted to help, but Meg replies, "It really is all right because it made me mad. When I am mad, I have no room to be afraid." Meg's anger gave her the courage to continue her dangerous trek to reunite her family. Most of us think of anger as a sin, but more often than not, it is our actions arising from our anger that are sinful. Not only is anger not sinful, but we can use it for good. Once, I saw a little boy getting bullied because he was small. I was angry, but instead of yelling at the bullies, I addressed the little guy and told him he would be an amazing athlete since he was already fast for his age. This cheered him up considerably. I was glad that I had not gone with my first impulse, but instead channeled that anger into a compassionate response. Here's another situation where anger can compel us to compassion, although it's a bit harder to think about. In our home state of Colorado, there are between 15 and 25,000 abortions each year. That's up to 70 children being killed every single day. If that's not a cause for righteous anger, I don't know what is. So what do we do about it? And who is this anger directed to in the first place? The anger is not at the mothers who are losing their children. They are being harmed as well. The anger isn't even toward the abortionists taking the lives of these children for profit. Instead, we direct our anger toward the demonic powers orchestrating this tragedy. As Scripture reminds us, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. When anger is properly directed, we can act on it in a way that promotes peace and love toward all our neighbors. My family and I go and pray at the abortion facility for the babies and their mothers. We hold signs with loving messages for the people going into the facility and for everyone around us. Normally, this would be a scary thing to do publicly, and I have felt that fear. But the initial anger drives out any anxiety. Now, I don't want to confuse you. I'm not some extraordinarily brave or compassionate person. I just have a temper. But I've learned to use it as a gift that can promote virtue. One thing about anger is, it can be a really good motivator. Rather than using it for revenge or retaliation, we can use it to cultivate the 7 heavenly virtues: humility, charity, chastity, gratitude, patience, temperance, and diligence. Jesus warns us in Revelation 3:16 that because you are lukewarm and not hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. What's a really great way to get hot? Being angry. There's quite a lot to be angry about these days. Abortion, war, bullying, blasphemy, swearing, the list goes on. When we learn to be angry with the things that grieve God's heart, it helps us to withstand the temptations of our time, to fight against them in our own life. Righteous anger prevents us from becoming lukewarm by igniting our passion for God. Our anger is not a sin, but our actions that go along with the anger can be sinful if we are not careful. So, the next time you get angry, I urge you to pause, consider who our struggle is against. It's not the person you think you're angry at, and ask God to help you find a spiritual path to battle the demons accusing the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Great work. We'll go ahead and give our judges a minute to finish their scoring sheet, and then Evie, I'll let you know when it's your turn to come up. Alrighty, our next speaker, Evangeline, will be speaking on topic 3. The Orthodox Church is filled with repetition. We sing Lord Have Mercy dozens of times every service. We sing the Paschal Troparion all throughout Pascha. We repeat the same divine liturgy every single time. What is the importance of repetition in the Orthodox Church?
Greetings, Reverend Fathers, honorable judges, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You wouldn't guess it looking at me, but 4 years ago I was diagnosed with high-functioning autism. Now you might be thinking what I used to think, I'm so sorry, or that's horrible. But once I learned more about autism, I realized that this wasn't earth-shattering. I could still have a fantastic life, I just needed help with certain things. Repetitive movements, sounds, and behaviors are beneficial for many autistic people. Stimming is one example. Stimming helps me calm down and focus. The church understands that we all have a bit of a spiritual disability, and we all need a little extra help with certain things. And just like autistic people, repetition helps us overcome those infirmities. Let's consider a few examples. Often, when I have trouble falling asleep, I will grab my prayer rope and say the Jesus prayer. This prayer helps my mind relax, and then sleep will finally come. I am not the first person to find solace in this most repetitive of prayers. Saints Seraphim of Sarov, Joseph the Hesychast, and Sophronius of Essex, along with many other saints, commonly use the Jesus prayer. A repetitive prayer can help us see the light of Christ, even in the most stressful of situations. The saints who were imprisoned during the reign of Diocletian were locked in their cells, weak from torture. What did they do? Repeat the prayers and hymns they had heard thousands of times during the liturgy. Many of these saints may have struggled to stand firm in the faith if they had not had easily accessible prayer stored in their memory during the darkest time in their life. And the reason they had that prayer? Repetition. Many saints have diligently practiced repetition, attending the liturgy, sometimes daily, memorizing scripture and singing hymns while working. But why would anyone read the same Bible passage over and over again or sing the same hymns for hours? The saints knew a valuable truth. We all have crosses, and we will all struggle with something. They did these things in preparation. If the church successfully prepared them for their spiritual battles, it knows how to prepare us too. There will be a dark time in our lives. No matter what that dark time is, the prayers we engrave onto our hearts now will give us something to cling to when our own strength fails us. You know, people look at me funny when I stim. They think it's a distraction, and it looks like a distraction, and so many think I should stop. It is the same for the church. Many people criticize the repetition of the church. They uphold spontaneous prayer, or prayer from the heart, as the only real, true prayer. What they don't understand is that repetition is one of the strongest medicines of the Orthodox Church. It engraves onto our hearts the prayers that we love, so that when we do enter into the dark time in our lives, those prayers will be there to comfort us. It gives us an Orthodox mindset, so that when we do need to pray in particular situations or for certain people, we have words, ideas, and phrases to draw from. Words and ideas that we know will bring solace, hope, and healing because they have done so for us many times already. Whether the church is training our bodies through the exercise of many matanyas, or through the cycle of prayer, or constantly transitioning between feasting and fasting, the goal is always the same: preparation. Preparation to carry our crosses courageously, to serve our neighbors effectively, and to rise to any challenge that comes our way. Embrace repetition. Even as the church prepared the martyrs, let the church also prepare you. Thank you.
Good job, Edie. You are right under that time mark. Nice work. All right, we'll take a short pause so our judges can deliberate.